All right, so we've got 26.1 coming up with it, which is a whole lot of wall balls, a whole lot of box jump overs, and some weighted box step overs. So we've got Matt and Charlie here who have already completed the workout, share their thoughts on it. We're going to talk tips, strategies, some things to be thinking about as you tackle this one. So who wants to start?
Okay, I'll start. So Lindsay and I came in yesterday around like 3 o'clock after the workout was released and did the workout.
I watched. It was carnage.
Yeah, it was tough. So
Actually, Lindsay didn't break a sweat.
yeah,
It was just carnage.
I mean, I'm sure it would come to a shock as everyone that Lindsay absolutely destroyed me in that workout. Like 100%, no doubt about it. She's a stud. But for me, I went in with the intention in this workout that I was going to do all of my wall balls in sets of 10 and then 3, 2, 1, go. And I did 20 unbroken reps in the very beginning because I just got that little streak that ran through me.
Everyone has a plan until they get hit in the face.
Well, I didn't even get hit in the face. I just threw my plan out the window immediately as soon as we started. My experience with the workout was, first of all, my legs are pretty sore today. So if you took my 5 a.m. or 8:30 this morning, I'm sorry, I was pretty terrible at demoing because I couldn't get up off the ground. But I will say, like, in the beginning of the workout, I felt more shoulder fatigue than anything. And it was really weird kind of how it went because it was like really fast progression from, wow, my shoulders are really starting to get tired to all of a sudden my legs stopped working and I completely forgot about my shoulders. Like my legs just blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end of the workout, I just gassed out. So I think there was, like, for me, it was a big combination of extreme leg fatigue and then just a total lack of fitness that kind of burnt me out of the workout. It was like right towards the end, or maybe like more towards the middle of the second round of box jumps is where my legs really started to fatigue. And then as I got into the 20 wall balls were unbroken. First set of box jumps, I flew through those. I felt really fast and efficient. And then I came back and did the set of 30 wall balls, and I was like, oh, okay, I still have legs. My shoulders are burning. But then I went to the box jumps, and about halfway through, I was like, just legs just completely blew. And then from there on, it was just really downhill for me. I just felt like I really had to hang on. Coming in back to the box jumps back to the wall balls, it was a fight. It was a fight to try to stay 10 reps at a time. And really, it was more of a mental.
I was gonna say, was
game.
it a mental fight more than
it was definitely a mental fight to keep moving. But like from that point on, once my legs blew, it was just how tough am I to? And I'm not tough at all. That's what I found out about myself. So,
Charlie?
here.
So I went unbroken the first round of 20. Then my plan was to break up the 30, the 40, and once I got to the 66, just kind of see how I felt. Everything felt really good until the 66. That's when my shoulders blew up. I paced the box jump overs just like smooth, like I think like RPE 6, 7. My plan was just to take those kind of easy and go straight back to the wall ball. So no rest in between the box and the wall ball. Just pick it up, start a set. My shoulders just went way out on the set of 66 and had to break it up.
Because you said lower body felt great for you.
My lower
you
body
were moving.
Was fine. That's really the only thing that slowed me down was my shoulders.
So it was just like shoulder fatigue more than anything. It wasn't
like my front delts and my rear delts just blew up to where like I had no press.
Yeah.
And that's really what I ran into.
Okay. So maybe then the moral of the story for this workout is expect some shoulder fatigue, expect some leg fatigue, a little bit of heavy breathing, and a lot of fight.
Yeah. Big thing, figure out what like your maximum rest time is going to be if you're like when you rest. So say you set 10-second rest time and that's going to be your maximum. So you're doing sets of 10. First set you rest 3 to 4 seconds. Then you're like, oh crap, I got to rest 5 to 6 seconds. Stick with that. Once you hit that set, like where you got to rest 10, start dropping your reps on your sets.
Yeah.
That way you're always moving. You're not sitting there staring at the wall ball too long.
So we're talking about like wall ball pacing right now.
Yeah.
So one thing that I saw Rich say about how he breaks his sets up was to try to go descending reps. So maybe instead of like the first set in the 20 of like 10-10, maybe do like a 12-8 or something like that. Because coming back to it, you kind of always feel like, hey, I don't have to do as many as I did last time. So that might be in conjunction with the kind of rest time that you're talking about. Maybe like, hey, I'm going to do a bigger set, shorter rest, and then a smaller set, and I can kind of open my rest time up a little bit across the workout.
Especially on the bigger sets, because like that fatigue's going to set in throughout that set more and more.
Yep.
And then make sure you stay loose on your box jump overs. That way your shoulders can kind of come back. I think that's probably one of the mistakes I made because I stayed real tight.
Like tensed up through the workout.
Yeah.
I know, like from the couple reps that I've done just to practice with the wall ball and then the box step overs and everything, I can tell I'm tensing up here. And so it's going to be crucial dropping those shoulders anytime you feel yourself come up.
You're talking about the box?
For all of it.
For all of it? Okay.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like to me I'm kind of with you on the wall balls. Like you've got to pick your set number and be consistent with your rest period. Like you need to know how long you're going to rest and then pick the ball up when the rest is over. Don't do like I did. I was like in my head, I was like, I'm going to rest 5 seconds and then I'm going to pick the ball up. And I would be like, okay, ball hits the floor. 5. Like I just could not get myself to go. I was being very dramatic.
Yeah, use the clock.
Yeah.
So
use the clock. Don't walk away from the ball. Don't walk away from the box.
Every time I dropped the ball, I looked around at the clock and watched it go down to 3, and then turn around and hit a set.
That's a great strategy. I like that. So plan your sets. Figure out what you want your rest time to be. Use the clock to guide your rest time, not your brain.
Your brain can lie.
And speaking on behalf of our intermediate athletes, don't go unbroken. Don't try to be a hero.
Yeah, break it up from the very beginning for sure.
Okay. Unless you're a games athlete, you don't need to go unbroken.
And the only other thing I would say on that too that I noticed Mayhem put out is start conservative. Like ramp up your pace as opposed to starting hot and then hitting a wall.
Yeah, there's just so many wall balls in this workout. Like you can look at it and honestly, it like, yes, I know it looks bad, but it really doesn't look that crazy to me just looking at it. But man, the volume of that wall ball really builds up.
And with the box jump overs, it's basically Karen twice.
Yeah.
It's Kelly without the run.
Yeah. And those box jump overs are way more fatiguing than, and it's just, dude, it's a dirty combo. This is a Dave Castro like signature workout, and just like you don't expect it to be as challenging as it's going to be.
And I think on the box jump overs, making sure you're picking your legs up instead of jumping and landing tall is going to be very important.
So stay low.
Yeah. That was going to be like my kind of tip for the box jump over was stay low. So I was really thinking squat my way up to the box rather than trying to jump. It was more about like, can I pull my feet closer to my butt? Then can I get my feet off of or like my hip traveling?
Yeah. Like I don't think my shoulder height ever really changed on the box jump overs.
Yeah, you just kind of one level the whole way through. So to that, then on those box jump overs, like to me, it's about the pacing of it and finding that good steady speed, even if it's really slow. Just finding a rhythm that you can just continue to move through without stopping through all 18 reps.
Yes, and making sure you go straight to the wall ball.
Yeah. Another thing in the box jump over, I would say before you actually do the workout, like practice the footwork of that. The footwork was one of the things that got me the most, especially in the med ball box step over. Like my feet just stopped working. And I couldn't for the life of me figure out like, how am I supposed to do this dance on top of the box? But I didn't practice it before the workout. So I think that's one thing that I would definitely take time to do is 1, in your box jump over, practice staying really low on the box. 2, practice the footwork and how you're going to do that. So like to me, I always try to hit that baseball slide so that my outside foot, I can just step straight down off the box, turn and tap, and then I'm right back up to the top again. And then practice the footwork also in the box step over. And one thing in this workout, you don't have to face the box. So you can kind of turn lateral to the box and kind of find the angle that works best for you to be able to step up and down.
Yep. Big thing is just make sure you're stepping off the box. So where I think that's going to get a lot of us is we do that last box jump and then we get facing the wall ball and we just hop off and walk to it. That's a no rep. Make sure you are stepping down every time.
Yeah, I almost did that.
Yeah.
I know you almost did, but you caught yourself.
I think it's funny because I think that that's probably a lot easier for you to miss than it is for me. Like, I want to step off the box. I don't want to go that fast.
Yeah, I see the wall ball and I'm on top of the box. I'm like, let's go.
I think,
Yeah.
well, I catch myself in
Yeah.
workouts. Yeah. Like I won't turn on that last one and I'll
Yeah.
just hop down on the
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Okay. What did we miss? Is there anything else that we need to talk about?
Holding the ball.
Oh, yeah.
How did you hold the ball in the step overs?
I held it like a baby because like I can get under it and lock my hands and be super relaxed.
How did that affect your breathing?
And it didn't.
Okay.
When I demoed it for myself, it absolutely affected my breathing. So I
Me
think it's
too.
really important. Like if you're going to bear hug that ball, make sure, like Charlie's saying, hold it kind of down low
Yeah,
as opposed to up here because it's going to put a lot of pressure on your
Don't squeeze it
chest.
into you. It's
Your-
at most 20 pounds.
Your hands are just there to support it
Yeah, underneath.
as opposed
Yeah.
to try to pull it in. Like
Yeah.
this is not a sandbag hold.
And when you step up, if you're using a 24-inch box, when you step up, you have to step up and around.
Yeah, because the
Around the
ball
ball.
cannot touch your thigh, right? Through that step up.
It can touch it in passing, but the ball cannot rest on your thigh.
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
can't hold it down here like a toddler or anything.
So if you want to see all of the things that you can't do, an Instagram account that I would recommend you go and visit is HillerFit 2.0.
Yeah.
The Batman will show you all of the things that all of the online people are doing right now and what you cannot do and what you should do. He does a much better production than we could ever do.
Yeah.
So I personally held the ball up on my shoulder. And one of the things that I always try to do when I do that is get my hand kind of up and over the top of the ball so that it sits really high up on my shoulder and I'm not trying to like squeeze it in, but I can just kind of rest on top.
Do you feel like that contributed to a lot of shoulder fatigue?
No, because my shoulders were smoked before I got there. So
My thoughts on that is blood flow.
yeah.
So it takes a lot more work to clear that lactic acid
Mhm.
and that buildup than if you're down here.
Yeah. I know that if I, like for me personally, if I would have been holding the ball down here, I would have been death gripping it and probably squeezing it too much. And I was like, by the time I was getting to that place where I was stepping up onto the box, my breathing was starting to get kind of heavy anyway, because I'm not as fit as you and Lindsay. I think that your level of fitness could definitely play a role in how you hold the ball. Yeah, cool. What else?
And again, drop your shoulders. Make sure you're not getting real tight up here.
I mean, I think that
Mine are still all
that's
bound up.
that's one thing to think about maybe across the whole entire workout is relaxing your shoulders as much as you can. So even in that wall ball, keeping your hands up and overhead can create a little bit more shoulder fatigue. I mean, there's a little bit of timing involved in the swim where you shoot and then
Even
drop
if you
the
just go up
hands.
and out a little bit
Yeah.
and back down, that's still going to loosen up a little bit.
And also let the ball come to you. Don't try to catch it
Yeah,
up here
don't
and pull
reach.
it down.
Yeah, don't reach for the ball. I have a bad habit of doing that. Like I want to shorten the range of motion between my hands and the target as much as I can, and that does create shoulder fatigue in the wall ball. So
And for our shorter athletes, you're going to fatigue yourself a whole lot more trying to jump that ball up than by doing a solid squat from your heels. So drive from your heels.
well, and I would add to that and say that the explosive hip extension is really key there also. So think about the way that we do like a power clean or a snatch. We talk about, hey man, let's really get those hips moving through that movement. I think the wall ball, thinking about that, it could help out for those people that are a little bit shorter also. Cool. What about standards? Do we need to talk about is there any kind of standard that we need to talk about?
Yeah, so we've got a couple options for the wall ball. We can do them to a target. Ladies, it's going to be that bottom target just like we do in class. Guys, we're going to go to that top target just like we do in class, or we can take them to the wall.
Time out there. So ladies, those of you that are shooting at that 9-foot target, please make sure that you're clearing the bolt, because the last thing that we want to do is hit that little piece of angle iron and that ball comes.
You will take a ball to the face.
Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. And something like one of the things that I really like about these targets is that bolt. So if you're shooting above the bolt, then you're hitting the target either 9-foot or 10-foot every time. So it's kind of a dead giveaway, even for those of you that are judging. That's something that you can look at when you're looking at are they hitting the target there? So
yeah, so keep in mind, judges, athletes, the center of the ball has to clear that bolt or that line. So if just the very tippy top of the ball hits it, it's a no rep.
okay. So we're talking about the top end of the wall ball then. So like you said, clearing the line. If we're on the wall, I like the wall a lot better for like stability purposes. You don't have to worry so much about like accuracy at that point, and you can kind of be a little bit freer, I think, with the
especially
workout.
with the volume.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, top end of the wall ball.
Make sure the ball actually touches the wall or the target. If it just
That's a good
goes
thing to
up
do.
and it does not actually touch, it doesn't matter if the height's right. If it doesn't actually touch, it is a no rep.
Yep. How about the bottom of our wall ball?
His blue.
Yeah, hip crease below the top
Yep.
of the knee. That, I mean, that is a standard that has to be reinforced for the CrossFit Open. So look, the ball must touch the wall or it's a no rep. Your hips must descend below the top of your knee or it's a no rep. And we're not saying no rep because we hate you. We're saying no rep because that's the standard for the CrossFit Open. Okay, so judges, athletes, as you're doing this stuff, like it is on you to do the right thing. And it's really easy in a workout like this when you're going ham to not do that thing. So I guess hold the standard for yourself, hold the standard for each other, make sure that you're doing stuff the right way.
Lead with love, hold the standard.
Yeah, for sure. So does that cover our wall ball standards that we're looking for? What about box jump standards? Is there anything in particular that stuck out to you there?
Nothing.
I mean, it's up and over
Up
top
and
of the
over.
box. You don't have to stand all the way up. You don't even have to start facing the box. Oh, it's a 2-foot takeoff.
2-foot takeoff, step down.
Yeah.
Step down and shoot. You can clear the box if you are wild and you just want to jump over the whole thing. Don't recommend.
Don't do that. You'll blow up real quick.
Yeah, don't do that.
But otherwise, yeah, both feet have to make contact with the top of the box.
I think the only other real standard was like the box has to be what 10 feet from the wall.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
something like that, or 10 foot from your target.
Yeah, we'll make sure that's
10 feet from the target. And make sure, going back to practicing the footwork and everything, practice with whatever box you are going to use. If you're going to use one of the soft plyo boxes, those are a little wider. So your footwork is going to have to be a little bit different than if we're using one of these wooden ones or that narrower soft box.
For sure. Cool. I would say the last thing that we probably need to discuss here is just the mindset and the mentality that you go into this workout with. It's an open workout. Okay.
Yep.
It's going to be tough. It's you're gonna want to stop at some point and not do any more reps. I can tell you that 12 minutes is a beautiful number for this workout.
12 minutes is 11 minutes too long, I think.
It is the perfect number in my opinion. I wouldn't like at 12 minutes, I was burning hot, and it was like I had done the work that I felt like this, like, okay, I just did an open workout, but it wasn't so long that I was like gonna be like, I'm not totally smashed today. My legs are sore, right? But I mean, other than that, like I've done open workouts where I felt like dying for like 3 days. So I don't feel that way today. Just know that it's going to be tough. You're going to have to fight through it. You know, I believe that like accepting that before you go into the workout is really helpful.
Eat some carbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, be hydrated. I would say the big thing, like I know the way I'm going to go into it is it's easy for me to look at the entire workout and think, holy crap, that's a lot of reps, a lot of wall balls. And man, just take it one little chunk at a time. Like my target is going to be 5 reps. Like just that's as far forward as I'm looking. I'm going to make it through those 5 reps. I'm going to make it through the next 5 reps and the next 5 reps. Take little chunks at a time.
That's an old Navy SEAL tactic, by the way. Like you draw your line in the sand and I'm going to make it across that line. And then you draw your next line in the sand and I'm going to make it to that next line. And that's a great approach to chipping away at this workout.
Yep. But if you look at the whole thing and just think like powering through it, man, that's rough.
Be tough. Cool. Anything else? Awesome. So tomorrow morning, today is Friday, the 27th.
Yep.
Tomorrow is Saturday, the 28th. So we've got class at 9 a.m. I think we're looking at probably running this kind of like a class with just a couple of heats.
Yeah, I'll probably do, judging by our estimated people that are going to come in, 2 heats.
Okay. Yeah. So, and just because, I want to put this out there too, just because you're not signed up for the Open does not mean that you cannot come into class. So if you want to come in and work out tomorrow, please, please, please do. Like come in, do the thing. Like probably by the end of class, someone's going to have you talked into signing up and dropping the $20 to join the Open anyway.
It's only $20.
But you don't have to do it in order to participate. it's a really, really good thing for you to do. It's a good yearly test of your physical fitness. So,
And if you don't want to work out, just come hang out.
that
Bring
too.
some
Yep.
popcorn, hang out. Like, it's just a good time.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
If you're not going to work out, bring breakfast burritos. How about that?
I like it.
Okay. Good.
Good.
Awesome. Cool. Good job, team.